Right, so here we are on the fourth hole, par 4. It's like 300 and a bit meters around to the right. Just sort of need, 200-ish off the tee. You can sort of hit it down to the shrubs or the hedge that you can see down there for the next hole, for the fifth hole. It's just, it's a nice little par 4. Just a decent tee shot needed. If it sort of lands somewhere down the tree line, basically down that tree line. Oop, where are we? Down that tree line is basically the line there. So nothing fancy needs to be done. Doesn't even need to be too long. I got a 3-iron. Just try to hit a little bit of a cut. It's a bit straight. Beauty is, there you go, so it's just kicking down to the right a little bit. So that landed, basically you'll see on the tracer, but it landed straight down the big tree there. It's kicking down to the right a small amount, probably 120, 30 in, something like that. So it's not too difficult, but again, it doesn't have to be a fancy shot on this hole. Just get it somewhere down there, really nice green. The next hole though, just probably one of the hardest par 3s in Australia. Right, so I am down here straight through the fairway. Got a 50 degree. Basically from off the tee, I've hit it straight at this overhanging branch that you can maybe see on the camera just here. Not the best, but I had enough club to get through. So it's basically 200 odd to the hedge over there. The sheen is gold. So I've got 115 playing 117. I think a little tiny bit down breeze. I got 50 degree. Pretty much don't hit it anywhere other than on the green. Well, it's just to the right of it. Oh, it's short. Sit there. Yeah. Oh well, I thought that was pretty good. It turns out it's not. So that's probably about 5 meters off the front of the green. So that's gonna be a little bit of a chip up. A little bit of a chip up. Shouldn't be too bad, but can't really tell if that pin was right on the front or not. It must be right on the front. Right, so you can sort of see short. It's not that pretty. It was actually not a bad shot. It was slightly to the right. It pretty much got up the top of the hill just here, somewhere up here, and just sort of spun back down. So it wasn't too far from being a decent shot anyway. But now I've got to chip it up. Now I've got to chip it up. Greens are rolling really good, which is nice to see. Go a little bit more. Yeah, it's a bit average, but that's okay. Course is really good. It's not overly long. You can certainly get yourself into enough strife. Oops, sorry about that. Certainly get yourself into enough strife. I've been using the Trident Align still, which is really cool. Again, I just don't know how much of a difference it makes, but certainly when I played at Helensvale, it at least started off really good. Cool. So probably pretty straight. I think it was pretty straight. It's just I shoved it a tiny little bit. Oh well. Playing not too bad. Striking a decent, just wrong distances for now, I think. But yeah, greens are rolling pretty solid. What do we got? So yeah, get down to Brisbane River. Like, look at it. Greens aren't overly big, pretty quick. The next hole is a tough par 3. Right, so here we are on the 5th hole. Just measured it to be 143 meters. Straight downhill, very small green. Very small green. I've lost my dead cat. I don't know where that is. Oh, well, hopefully I'll find it. So we've got a 9-iron down the hill, 143. I think slightly down breeze as well. I mean, the club should be good. Well, it's just left of it. If it's the distance, it's perfect. Oh, and it kicked a tiny bit to the right. So there's a bit of a breeze. Hopefully you can sort of hear that. Well, hopefully you can't hear that. But yeah, my old dead cat's gone. So it could be a little bit average noise-wise, but that was like, it looked like that far from where I'm standing, just left of the flag. Right, so it is a very good shot. Like I said, I thought it was going to be very much spot on. Very much spot on. So pretty much, again, I'll sort of run people through with it. I think it's going to break just a tiny bit to the right. So now from here, I can actually align the Trident doovie up, without moving the marker, and just move it slightly. I'm going to move this just outside the left of the hole, and then I align the doovie up with the other doovie. And then there we are. So that's basically a cup of break down that way, is what I'm expecting this to do. But yeah, this is a tough par 3 from further back, like 160 odd. Not very nice. Did not break at all. Didn't break at all. Well, it did, but nowhere near like I thought it would. Because the greens are pretty firm, they stop pretty quick, and they roll pretty damn good. So it took a little tiny bit of a hop, but that's just a few sticks hanging around. So I think the next hole is the river hole. I think it's the hardest hole on the course. It's a really good tee shot. You got to bank up the right, river to the left, and you just got to hit the fairway basically. So come on, need some birdies, Rightio, so here we are on the, 6th hole, 344 meters. Now, it is a pretty straight hole, somewhere around 200-ish is about as far as want to hit it, I'm pretty sure. It's a 3 or a 4 iron. I mean, I've got a 3 iron at the moment, back into the breeze a little tiny bit, and it's just, yeah, somewhere straight down to that shrubby bit. Maybe I'll even go a 4 iron. I think I might sneak back to a 4 iron just in case, because you probably end up left with something like a 100 and a bit in, 140, something like that. So straight down, just to the left of the tall gum down the right. So basically, if we can hit it somewhere at that tall gum there, that'll be about the line. Yeah, sort of like that. Just kick to the left. There you go. So that, instead of landing it on the tree there, it's landed just to the right of the stake out there. So that's probably going to be a little bit shorter than that I wanted to hit it, and also probably a little bit further right than what I wanted to hit it. There's nothing to deal with. It's just on the right edge of the fairway, or in the slight little bit of rough at the bottom of the hill there. So that was a bit of an iffy strike. It wasn't very nice, but a month not hitting balls sucks. So I hope everybody's getting out soonish, because the world's starting to open up a little bit more by the seam of it. Look at that. How's the serenity? How is the serenity here? Brisbane River, that's why, Brisbane River Golf Club. Look at that. Bloody beautiful. All right, let's get up to mine and we'll see what happens. Right, so yes, not very pretty, as you can sort of see by the numbers on La Flight Scope. A bit dry down this edge, but that's just how it is. What do we got here? 170 to the gunge at the back. 143 to the flag. Now, a 140 down here, like this, it's an 8, but I think an 8, I don't know. Like I don't want to hit a 7. Come on, flight scope. I don't want to hit a 7. I think 8 will be okay. Well, that's right at it. Oh, I mean left of it, but well, it could be left edge of the green. I'm hitting it a bit average. I mean, it was okay, but it's just down the left the tiniest little bit. Like it's pretty left edge of the green. I can't quite see it here because it's just sort of right over the rise a little tiny bit. If it's not on, it's just off. It's not too bad. Probably it's short of pin high for sure, but not too bad. I don't know what that says. No, flight scope didn't pick it up. Of course it didn't. That's the issue with this thing. It's on a bit of a slope. There you go. You still talking? Yeah, all good. All good. All right, let's get up there. All right, it's a pretty good shot. Not great, but it was good distance. Just not quite on. But this front section is 10 meters wide, probably even less. It's not very wide at all. So to be pin high, it's good, but you got to chip up the small part of the green. It's on a bit of a downslope. That'll do. Good shot. Take that. So you can sort of see that there's a few little spots here. It's probably what makes this hole quite hard, is that scrub down the right, water down the left, second shot in, a bit of water just here short. If you hit it too far left, you kick off down the slope just here. Small green. If you hit it long, you're up in the gunge. So it's not really the easiest shot. Now, I'm using the Mizuno ball, but have a look at that. Like I've played 6 holes with it, and that old cover is it's had enough, but it does spin pretty damn good. So I think this is the hardest hole on the course. Anyway, got a short par 4 to come, a nice par 3, and then a long par 4 for the 9th.
Beautiful. And don't forget, smash that like button.
You're a weirdo.
You say, don't you?
Oh, that's what they say to say.
Hey? I don't know. If you don't like it, don't like it. Hit dislike. Who cares?
Yep.
I don't care. But anyhow, see you then. Beautiful.
See you.